Hi, I'm John with the Treasure Finding Rods Company, and I'm going to be demonstrating some upgraded, revised amplification boosters today. They're accessories that go with my TFR-1 rod. But first, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the TFR-1 rod, and then I'll bring out the amplification boosters and explain what they do, how they work, and how they improve the long distance sensitivity and range of the TFR-1 rod. So this is the standard booster right here that the TFR-1 rod comes with, and it works as a balancer, and it gives the rod itself a little more power. It's got the basic crystal load in the back here. You can see where there's a plug where it's machined. Usually when we machine these and we make these boosters, the plugs are smoothed out, but I purposely left this one with the seams so you can see, you can get an idea of how these are loaded. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the TFR-1 rod. It's been on the market for close to 4 years now, and it's been improved, it's been revised, and right now it's using the most sensitive and most powerful power load. Through repeated field testing over the last several years, repeated field testing and experimenting with different types of crystals and minerals. So the power load is right in here. If you can see this seam right here, from here to here is where the power load is. Sometimes it extends over a little bit more to where, right about where that 1 is for the TFR-1. And the specific frequency encoded crystals that my company is using in these, which took us close to 4 years in research and development, once they are sealed in here in this power load, and once they're charged, this genuine TFR-1 will not hit lead, it won't hit iron, it won't hit bottle caps, it won't hit pull tabs, guaranteed. They're guaranteed. These rods are guaranteed to avoid junk metals. They will only get signals on the samples that you're putting in the sample chamber, which is right up here. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to get the accessory amplification boosters and explain a little bit about how they work and how they improve the power and the performance of the TFR-1 rod. Okay, so this is a TFR-A Extreme Power Amplification Booster. This is an accessory that goes with the TFR-1 rod, and it screws onto the back. So basically you just remove the standard booster and you attach this booster to the back here of the spindle head. And I'm going to explain here in a second what the advantage of this accessory power booster is. It's made out of stainless steel, and when you attach this amplification booster to the TFR-1 rod, it's like putting nitrous oxide into this thing. I mean, it's like putting on a supercharger on the back of the rod, because what's in here, this is stainless steel, what's in here is some very, very powerful ingredients that we have discovered in the last several years of our research and development and testing out the TFR-1 rod and finding ways to improve it. So when you attach this extreme power amplification booster, it will give you between 5 to 6, sometimes, depending on how long the targets have been buried and how big they are, between 5 to 6 possible 700 feet extra long distance range. And that's no joke. These boosters are very, very powerful. So let's say you have a target that's real far away. Let's say you're within a mile of it. With the standard booster that I just demonstrated a little while ago, you might not reach it. But with this extreme power amplification booster, when you put this on here and you hook it to the rod, you're guaranteed to get a major long distance boost for range and performance. And so I have two of these amplification boosters. The TFR-A Extreme Power Amplification Booster is made for all targets, all types of metals and minerals that you would use in the TFR-1 rod. Diamonds, copper, gold, silver, not just gold and silver. It will amplify any metal or mineral, including paper money. I mean, these TFR rods can find just about anything that you can imagine, anything that you can fit in this chamber. And if you can't fit it in this chamber, if you're using the target discriminator accessory, which I will talk a little bit about here in a few minutes, the chamber in that target discriminator, it has a built-in sample chamber. Well, at the top of the box, you can fit rings, you can fit quarter-size coins. But this extreme power amplification booster is for all types of metal and minerals. So the other amplification booster that I have that's available as an accessory for the TFR-1 rod is the TFR-GS, which is specific coded in frequencies for extreme long distance range and sensitivity on all types of gold and silver. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that out here in a second to demonstrate it and talk about it. Okay, here I have the other amplification booster accessory that I sell to use with the TFR-1 rod. And this is the TFR-AB. AB stands for amplification booster. This is the gold and silver amplification booster, and it's made out of brass. So you would attach it to the back of the TFR-1 rod, just like that. It's pretty quick to hook on the accessories. You would remove the standard booster that the rod comes with. And what this does is, this amplification booster, it's working just like the extreme power, the stainless amplification booster, but the big difference is this has specific encoded frequencies for all types of gold and silver. So natural gold, refined gold, hard rock mine gold, natural silver, old refined gold. These specific encoded frequencies that we have charged these raisin-sized crystals that are in here, these frequencies are very, very powerful and very pure. So when you hook on this amplification booster to the TFR-1 rod, you will get between 5, 6, 7, possibly 800 feet extra long distance range, but it's potent, very, very potent on all types of gold and silver, especially for prospectors that are looking for small amounts of gold, fine gold, small pickers and stuff like that, deposits of fine gold, you know, in creeks and stuff like that. When you hook on this gold and silver amplification booster, it's like adding a supercharger to the TFR-1 rod. And as I said, it boosts the power and sensitivity on all types of gold and silver. So this thing is so powerful that you don't even need when you hook on this specific booster, the extreme power one, you need to use a sample, because that amplifies all samples. But this gold and silver is so powerful, I kid you not, when you hook this on to the TFR-1 rod, you don't even need a sample in the chamber. It will work without a sample. And that's one of the cool things about it, is you don't have to try to figure out, do I have the right purity? Do I have the right type of gold? Do I have the right type of silver? Doesn't matter when you use this booster. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the target discriminator, and check my other videos. I'm going to be making several segments. I'm trying to keep the videos short, so they're not too long, but I'm going to be making several segments, and I'm going to demonstrate the difference that these amplification boosters make. I'm going to be doing some long distance demonstration tests. So stay tuned, and check also my channel for the many other videos that I have and the other models of TFR-Rods. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about the target discriminator. Now you see this jack here? This jack is where you would plug the cable, this cable right here, into the target discriminator. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that here in a second once I get it plugged up. So you would plug it in just like that. Okay. And here's the target discriminator. I have a demonstration video and a training video for the target discriminator. If you wanted to find out more details about this, then go to my channel and watch the Understanding the TFR TD Target Discriminator. I'm going to tell you why this box with the jack, why this box is so important, and what separates my TFR-1 rod from the rest of the similar types of rods and locators that are on the market. This is very important, this box, and it's a huge advantage. One of the big advantages is, there's several, but I'm going to touch on the most important ones. One of the big advantages is that when you are prospecting and you're in an area where there's microscopic gold in the ground, people tell me all the time when they send me emails asking me about my products, yeah, but I'm on beaches, I'm not prospecting. Guess what? Even on beaches, there is on certain beaches around the world, believe it or not, there is microscopic gold and silver, and this is called micron gold and micron silver. So what this means is it's trace amounts of gold and silver that you cannot see with your eyes. You need to look at it under a microscope. So what happens with this micron gold is, especially if it's in quartz bearing ground, when the sun hits it, it magnifies this gold, and it makes the electrostatic fields on this micron gold and silver much stronger. So it fools a lot of the long-range locators. So if you're not using this target discriminator and you're using one of these rods or other types of long-range locators and you're on a beach, you're getting signals all over the place, because a lot of people don't understand the sand has quartz in it. So it acts like a big magnifying lens. So also when you're prospecting, this micron gold is in the ground, and the sun, the solar radiation hits it, and if there's quartz, or black sand with this micron gold, it gets amplified, it gets magnified. So if you have my target discriminator hooked in to the bottom of the rod, the TFR-1 rod, then you can select your target sizes, and you will only get signals on the pre-selected target sizes. For example, you can put it on 1 gram, you can put it anywhere between 1 gram and 2 grams, you can put it on 1 ounce. Let's say you're looking for natural gold that's 1 ounce, in that range. Then you won't have to worry about hitting any of that micron gold. Now I'm going to talk about the other huge advantage of the target discriminator. That is, when you find a target with the TFR-1 rod, when you find a target, you can keep this discriminator box on your belt, on your waist. So when you find a target, you keep it unplugged. And the TFR-1 rod, if it's unplugged from the discriminator, it'll find all size targets at once. When you find a target, you just plug it in real quick to the bottom of the target discriminator, just like that. Once it's plugged in, then what you can do is, which is a huge advantage, you can start, let's say you're at a park looking for rings and coins, or like necklaces and stuff like that. Well, you would take the discriminator and you would start turning the dial, and you would start at a gram, and you would just start turning it real slow like that until you get and you would be sweeping the TFR-1 rod with your other hand, and you would just keep sweeping it slowly until you get a signal lock. As soon as you get a signal lock, as soon as you're on the right weight of the target you found, you'll get a signal lock with the TFR-1 rod. And that's a huge advantage, because then you'll know what the size is of the target that you found. This is very powerful tool, especially if you're at parks and beaches, or if you're out looking for treasure caches that are 50 pounds or 100 pounds or more. Because if you turn this dial all the way to 50 pounds, well, you're only going to get signals to targets that are 50 pounds. This thing is like 98% precise on targets. And if you wanted to select the TFR-1 rod to only find treasure caches that are more than 100 pounds and ignore everything underneath it, no problem. You would just turn this dial all the way to maximum. More details about this you can watch in my target discriminator video, demo and training video that I have here up on YouTube. So this is a huge advantage. I just keep the plug, I hook it to my waist, the target discriminator, and I keep it plugged in, and I just put the cable in my pocket. And I just, plug it in and take it out as needed. After I've determined the approximate size of a target, I'll unplug it, and then I'll keep searching with my TFR-1 rod. So this is another huge advantage of having this accessory. This TFR target discriminator was the result of several months of research and field testing. It's very precise, very accurate. Well, here's another big advantage I wanted to mention real quick, because we're kind of short on time. Once you plug this in to the TFR-1 rod, then the sample chamber switches from here, from the front here, and it's smaller, it's a 3/4 inch. It switches automatically over to this chamber here, and this is purposely designed this way to allow treasure hunters, prospectors, whoever else wants to look for metals and minerals, to have much more room. As I mentioned earlier, you can fit up to a quarter-size coin in here, and you can fit rings in here. Huge advantage. It switches over. So these are the advantages of the TFR TD target discriminator. My company is the only company pretty much on the market. I don't know if I would say the world. I haven't seen one yet, but that has this discrimination device that can be used with this TFR-1 rod. And that's the big problem with some of these other competitors' models. I'm not going to name names. I don't need to badmouth anybody to sell my products. My products speak for themselves. I have a huge collection of customer testimonials from around the world, and I have a lot of feedback for these rods. I've sold these all over the world, but what I'm trying to say is we're the only ones that have this device, because these other models, you don't know what you found. You spend hours digging stuff only to find out there's nothing there. It could have been microscopic gold, it could be some magnetic thing, who knows. With this box, you'll be guaranteed to know what you found, pretty much, because whatever is in this chamber and whatever is on this dial is what you're going to get. And all the TFR-1 rods automatically come with this accessory. It's part of the package. If you have any questions or you want to get a catalog, the discounted pricing list, feel free to contact me anytime. I answer all emails within a short amount of time. Thank you for your interest.